Hello, 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 everyone. How are you? Um, let's all get. I'll send it to her. Do 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 do. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Weird. Why can't I see your chat? Oh. There we go. Um, yeah, the results are good on the speed tests. I haven't checked on this computer yet. Let's run the speed test here. 600 download. Um, yeah, 600 download is the thing. I'm on a fairly large delay too. StreamYard and the teleprompter monitor. Oh yeah, let me do that. Just hadn't set it up yet. Oh, it's mirrored. What? There we go. Okay. Yeah. Beautiful. Like I'm looking right at you. Cool. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm on Wi-Fi on the house, and it's looking crisp as all day. So, but let's let it run for 20 minutes and see if anything comes up. Let me just grab my tea real quick. One sec. Maybe we should drop a link for Vanessa too. I can do that actually. I can do that right now. Going to share this live stream with my friend Vanessa. Let's get all of our friends in the live stream together. Yay. Oh, you already did it. Yeah, I will. That was the first thing I was going to ask. And I think it was more a reaction to seeing the footage of that day, but we'll see. Because the internet sound feels great down here. The Wi-Fi too. Thank you. Thank you for the nice shirt. The Wi-Fi here, the Wi-Fi in the house is generally spotty, but that's not the same thing as the like overall connection, given that we're wired. It can be, but it's yeah, 614.5 Mbps download on the guest computer. And 700 on the host computer. So yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's just a symptom of a greater thing that we need to do, which is figure out a bit like with all this stuff of like being a production company, I think we need, not just consumer internet. We need something that has like kind of a guarantee that we can, get consistent speeds. And ideally something with like a gig fiber would be amazing, but it's not available yet. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that would be huge because conceivably, if I do it right, if we shoot an asset and I have to, break stuff down and wrap, if we could get it to upload within the time of that, hour or whatever, or at least a sizable amount of it, that's a big win. Yeah, agreed, Vanessa. But yeah, no, it's looking quite good. Yeah, I think tea time with Matt would be sick. Yeah, it must have just been what you said, Jeremy, that it was just maybe a high load day because people were all at the Dodgers game or whatever, or just it was just there are outages that happen. Yeah, yeah. Let's blame it on the World Series. Um, but yeah, yeah. I would imagine some like Halloween related stuff or something like that, or spooky season related stuff. That's true too. That that's true too. We're streaming to four different platforms. Um, it could be. Yeah, yeah, we could test all of this individual. The problem is with those two platforms is that we would need you. Oh, so we could stream just to singularly one. Just multi-stream. Um. Oh. Oh yes. Okay, I see what you guys are saying now. I have. Yeah, you need pro accounts. Oh, interesting. Um. What I have. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. They're touchy about using software to do those things. I wonder if that's searchable. Interesting. All streaming services receive the same video quality. The overhead is minimal, even if you use. Yeah, so apparently, it's definitely a strain, or it's not a huge strain, but it's a strain on your processor. Yeah, and then what it's saying here is that with StreamYard, you send them the data once, and they're the ones who replicate it. So in terms of what we're sending downstream, it's not more bandwidth required. At least that's what this Reddit post says. Yeah. Yeah, we send it, we send it to servers, to StreamYard servers. StreamYard servers handle the distribution of it from there. Yeah. Yeah, at least that kind of makes sense, and that's what this Reddit post is saying. But here, let me look. StreamYard. Yep. What would we do without Reddit? Yeah. Um, yeah, how does it look on my Wi-Fi here? I'm gonna see what it looks like on cellular, just in case. Here, why don't I'm gonna send Matt this. Yeah, I just I just closed BitTorrent. BitTorrent definitely I am leery of. I might actually uninstall it on this. In fact, I did already. Um, yeah, that's a good call, Jeremy. Um, yeah. Because it seeds just constantly in the background, and from what I've seen, it opens up every time. It's just a little bandwidth leech. I did. Yeah, I did. I uninstalled it. It is gone. Yeah. It is gone. Yeah. Um, yeah, so maybe we go for another 7-10 minutes. We uninstalled a program called BitTorrent, um, which is a way that you can basically download. It's a peer-to-peer downloader. But the catch is that when you've downloaded something, you act as a like download. Yeah, you act as a seed, so that others who are trying to download the same thing use kind of, I don't know exactly how it works, but they use some of your bandwidth to download that product, whatever you downloaded. And so if you have it on, it can kind of be a small bandwidth leech. So I uninstalled it. Yeah, no, when the old pirating days. I mean, they're still the pirating days, but you know. LimeWire, exactly. Yeah, that whole debacle. Yeah, looking good. It's looking good. Yeah, definitely better than what I saw on Friday. Okay. I'm just filling the space right now, as Frank Reynolds would say, dead air. All right. I dropped the link for Matt in case he wants to pop in, so I'm going to keep it open until. Yeah, I'll give you guys some advice. Let me give you guys some advice. When you're first starting out with Bionicle, your first thought might be, hey, I'm going to go onto eBay. I'm going to buy a Tahua Uniter of Fire for $180, right? And, it's got the nostalgia factor. It's got the clout, right? And it's the coolest mask. Let's be honest. But there are so many more affordable sets, Matu, Botar revived, that don't, quite maybe have the name recognition of Tahua, but they're cool in their own right. And why not start with the ensemble? Make sure that you're into it, and then eventually you kind of get the keystone, the showpiece to kind of round everything out. I think that's the strategy in life. I think that's the strategy is, get all the take it step by step. Get the things, or do the things in your days that maybe aren't so immediately like what everyone else does, and then keep going in that direction until you get to that like central thing in any hobby. Instead of, and I had to learn this the hard way by spending a lot of money on hobbies that I never ended up following through with. And if I had just started on the the cheaper, and by the way, in general, money doesn't necessarily guarantee you getting the best product. And like, this is something that I know well with cooking. It's like imitation vanilla is way better for pancakes and cookies, because the process of heating. Yeah, I know. Well, they don't listen, but the process of heating will bake off more of those volatile aromatic compounds that are the more complex parts of like real vanilla. So, like, use fake vanilla in cookies and pancakes, right? Also, in my bolognese, I always put about a tablespoon or two of ketchup, because you just can't that factory production. You can't quite replicate that taste, that concentrated taste. You don't really taste the ketchup at all. It's just a tablespoon in a huge pot, right? But it really adds a depth that you can't get, and that's not an expensive ingredient. And I think people need to like really understand the nuances, and I also think it makes you a more positive outlook in life, because you're not like, oh man, everything's going to shit because, the way that, everything's, it gets so like it becomes a commodity and so mechanized and it just devalues the product. No, I don't think that's true. I think there's a time and a place for those things. It's not always. I mean, and there's a time and a place to use a really amazing ingredient. So for going back onto that vanilla example, you actually get less flavor out of a vanilla pod straight in most cases, unless you're instantly using it, unless it's like a garnish that goes on just before and you've just opened the vanilla pod. Okay, well, the internet just dropped only on the MacBook, so I think I've narrowed that down to. Um, oh, and I don't have the right camera going. Weird, weird, weird. Okay, something happened with the hub. So, if you can hear me, I'm going to switch the internet off of the hub, and same with the. Yeah, that's bizarre. I wonder what happened there. Weird, 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 weird stuff. Okay, odd. Okay, so yeah, that was weird. It was just the MacBook. I stayed connected on my phone. I stayed connected, which is on Wi-Fi. I stayed connected on here. The stream never dropped. So that was just the MacBook. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Ethernet in directly, and then um, I think it was just the hub that glitched, which has been seemingly happening more since when we first got it. So that's something to look into. But I'm going to just make that change real quick. I'm on Wi-Fi right now, so I don't know how bad it looks on your end. That was weird. Everything. Yeah, that was just the that was just the MacBook. So it looks like so the Motu is directly in already. Cool. So I'm just gonna directly put in the ATEM, and then that should, yeah, yeah. No, I agree with you, Jeremy. Uh, yeah, okay. That blip was just me going off Wi-Fi for a moment. Um, yeah, that was I turned Wi-Fi off midstream, so now we're on a cabled connection again. Um, okay, so yeah, hmm. This is frustrating because this has been so consistent for so long. Maybe it's the introduction of these, the other stuff. I mean, it is that. It is that. I wonder why the hub went off. I think that might be like the hub might be susceptible to power surges, which is something that we don't really have. Um, but we do have that power surge protector, so I think we should put that back. I might do that because that's my theory on why the hub has been doing that lately. But regardless, I'm going to put the Ethernet in directly into the computer. So I'll be right back. Jeremy, do you by any chance know where our? I always keep a little Ethernet or an internet dongle in the MacBook case, and I can't find it. Oh, here, let me put Matt's down. Yeah, I'll check the drawers. Oh, right you are, right you are. All right. You're gonna lose. It was great. Yeah. Texas was awesome. It's great. Yeah. Cool spot. we're just,
How are you feeling about the internet?
it's looking really good. It's, in fact, here, I'll show you.
I mean, the Ethernet should be blazing fast, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it on speed test? Internet will be okay.
Yeah. We've been testing it for the last 30 minutes, and it's looked really good, apart from one glitch, which was not the internet. It was a thing that I did with the hardware.
Okay.
But
That's not going to happen live.
That's not going to happen live. I just accounted for that. And yeah, it should go about the way that we did it the first time.
Okay.
But here, actually, I'll show you. This is what we're doing right now. I'll get on there. Here,
And this is on.
it's on YouTube. This is streaming on Jeremy's account, but
How do you do this without going public? Is it just a private testing?
yeah, it's private on Jeremy's account. So
So do
yeah.
we know? Does it lose quality when it goes on TikTok and Instagram, or is this the quality it will be everywhere?
This is the quality that it is everywhere.
Okay. Well, this is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's different
Um,
class
Yeah.
than what I saw on Friday. Okay, that's good news.
Yeah. That freeze was me again turning off Wi-Fi and going on Ethernet with the internet hardwired into it. I think yeah, that was me rerouting the internet. And I think we're good. And what I'll temper them when I go back out there is obviously this doesn't, if there's an outage, if there's something that happens to the internet quality of this area, we can't account for that. But we've been streaming for the last 32 minutes, and apart from the hub disconnecting, which I just put into the MacBook, there wasn't any issues. And that happens very rarely. I know that makes you uncomfortable, Jeremy, but it really does happen rarely. So all I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to route the ATEM directly into the to the MacBook. That way we're not relying on the hub at all, and I think that would make me... Normally, most days, I'll do the hub, but just because we had an issue last week, we'll just be 100% sure that nothing happened. So I'm just going to route the ATEM directly into the MacBook, and we'll be good. So here, let me do that. Let me do that right now. So you guys are going to lose my I know that it was isolated to the MacBook because when we had that, when the stream dropped, I didn't have any connection here. When I turned on the Wi-Fi, and it wasn't isolated to the MacBook, it's isolated to the hub. But anyway, when I turned the Wi-Fi on, I got the stream back. When I looked on this computer, the Mac Studio, I still had connection, and in fact, we never dropped the stream. If you noticed, the stream didn't end; it just went black. So it lost connection to me, the guest, and when I cycled the hub in and out, it reset and everything worked again. So that is why I know that it's the hub. So I'm just you're gonna lose my feed, not my feed, but just the video feed for a second while I reroute the video. I do think it would end because when the host ends the stream, I mean, we could test that right now. I could see if I unplug the internet from that computer, if you lose the whole connection. But now we're entirely routed into the MacBook itself. So, but I'm pretty sure that if you okay. All right, you guys are gonna lose me. Oh, maybe you don't. Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, because I'm still connected. I'm pretty sure you guys can still hear me, right? Correct. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It wasn't. It's still not. But it still had internet when we were going through that. It was only this MacBook. I would still go on the fact that it was only the MacBook. I still had connection to Wi-Fi here. I still had connection to Wi-Fi on there. And then when I unplugged and plugged back in the hub, I got Ethernet connection back. But yeah, okay. Well, I mean, that's actually kind of good to know that if we lose connection on one of those, it's just this one we can't lose connection on. And it's also kind of good to know that if we have an outage, we don't need to restart the stream or anything like that. We would just have to get the connection back. All right, I plugged back in. I mean, what do you guys think? I would be down. I'm down either way. I mean, we could go to Stevens if we need to. I think that we're good on this. I think that, yeah. I think we're good to give it a shot. You know, there's benefits, like we're not going to be able to get as good looking of a stream at Steven's house. So, you know, okay. All right. Yeah, we will do that. And yeah, I'm gonna actually pop off because I want to get the details from Celia. Yeah. I want to get the details from Celia for if there's anything different from the other streams. So, I'm sure there are. So I'll pop off for now, and then I'll see you guys at, is it 12:30 that we go live, or 12? I think it's 12. No, 12:30 is the meeting. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I mean, it's looked good the entire time that we didn't have that glitch, so I'm confident here. It's gonna go great. Anywho, yeah, I'll see you guys at 12 on the stream.